Hello Warhammer friends, this is Remington Steele and I'm recording this video tonight in response to Mr Malorian's announcement that he's leaving Warhammer Fantasy, and also a response to Anthony from the Sustainable Centre, who's done an epitaph, if you like, and this is mine. I got into Warhammer when I was really young, 11, 12 years old, in awe and wonder of the sort of Tolkien-esque world that was there in my, literally at my fingertips, painting. And I got back into the hobby, and Malorian was one of the most, probably the most dynamic YouTube personality that really kept the hobby going, literally from day to day. And at a time when I wasn't working too much, I was working part-time, and I could spend a little bit of time every day painting, and the scenery to that painting experience was Malorian's voice, and going through tactics. And as someone who never got a chance to play very much because I never fielded a complete army, it was Malorian's tactics and enthusiasm that really got me into multiple armies and following a narrative that I could never quite keep up with. But having people like Malorian there, they would guide you through it. When new books came out, Malorian would be on it, giving his tactical advice and just running through things. Now, I like the fluff in Warhammer. I do like the storylines behind it, and Malorian was more tactics. Come from more a tactics background, and I think that that's clear that's why he's gone to the other side, playing War Machine, and it's something I can't really comment on because another YouTube character, Vol SC, I believe, he was a guy from New Zealand putting out battle reports. And he went to War Machine as well, and it's something I can't comment on because I've not even played the game. I always, things with fantasy, you're always one step behind, at least one step. I'm like a mile behind. I haven't finished reading the End Times book. It takes me months to digest a book, and I'm a kind of a tortoise when it comes to uploading the videos that I do, and a tortoise when it comes to not engagement. I've got a high level of engagement in Warhammer, but it's the kind of, I can't keep up with it all. I've got to get my head around it, and I have a very busy life now. I'm in two bands. Both have substantial record contracts, and we're touring all the time. I've got a job as a teacher in a school, teaching philosophy and art and music, and I've got a beautiful girlfriend. I mean, I've put her. She really comes first, and two wonderful children, and it's hard to put. It's hard to make this hobby a priority. I'm not going to do it, but I do love it, and I do. It's something I can get completely lost in, and I'm just really gutted because when I wake up to go to work, I'd check my Warhammer YouTubers and the YouTube page, and I'd check Google Plus, and I see a video there from Malorian, and it would be what I'd listen to before I go to work. Even on a work day, when reality really does bite, I could still, have someone take me on a guided tour through it. So I mean, I watched the first 5-10 minutes of Malorian's leaving video, and I didn't want to watch it anymore, man. I was gutted. I didn't want to hear it. So I mean, when I got back into Warhammer Fantasy 4 years ago, and I started painting an Wood Elf army, then I started getting undead, and I remember one sunny day in my mum's conservatory painting away, and you know, at the time I must have had about 13 subscribers to my channel, and Malorian was one of them. You know, and every time I put a video up, he'd always put a comment up, always really encouraging. And it was at that time it was my dream to play Malorian with a Warhammer fantasy game. And you know, he lives in miles away from me. I'm in England, in the UK, and he's in Canada, and it never happened. And you know, I just thought it would be really good one day if somehow, if I could afford it, I could go over to Canada. We could have a game. It'd be awesome. I'd get absolutely battered, but it'd be just fun. And more recently, you know, when I've started to play Universal Battle, and I've started to play with Andy 2D6, who lives up in, you know, 2 hours away from me, but still we can do it with a virtual game. And I was thinking, this could be the way that I can play, you know, Nick from Long Island Wargaming. I could play Anthony from Sustainable Centre, and I could play Malorian, you know, with a Universal Battle across the ocean. So I'm doubly gutted, because it seems like, you know, my dream to play this guy that's really kind of taken me on this journey through Warhammer and kept me engaged in the hobby is probably not going to be able to do it anymore, because he doesn't, you know, it's not his thing. And you know, maybe Malorian just exhausted Warhammer. I mean, he literally covered the game from every angle you can imagine, tactically. And I mean, the game is always evolving, it's always changing, and perhaps it's just got to a point where he's just covered every angle. And you know, perhaps when a new edition come out, maybe Malorian will check it out, and you know, it might be a whole different ball game. You know, if there's any positives, perhaps it could push YouTubers like myself to get more engaged in it and upload more things. I mean, if you look at my channel, I think there's a lot of quality there with the painting and the few battle reports on there. Maybe I waffle a bit, but the quality's there. But I just cannot churn out the consistent volume of videos that will win you thousands of subscribers and take other people on a journey. I don't know if I can do that, and Malorian was one of a few that would do that, and do it with a great enthusiasm. I mean, so you know, there's like some there's some brilliant characters out there. Yeah, Mr Reef 3. Just the more I get to know him, the more quirkier Reefy's videos become, and the more you think you know Reefy, the less you actually do. He really is a box of delights when it comes to Warhammer and everything he does. So yeah, I mean, in closing, you know, I just wanted to, and maybe Malorian's watching this, I just wanted to say thank you really for all the time you've put into it. And you know, I'm like your thousands of other subscribers have been a grateful consumer of your work. And I don't know, I think about a year ago or maybe 2 years ago, Malorian put out an idea that he would, you know, we would pay a subscription fee, you know, $5 a month or something like that, and he'd be able to produce a battle report every day or every other day. And you know, the just from that intention alone, you could see just how enthusiastic Malorian was. And I just wish, you know, people at Games Workshop would have hired Malorian. You know what I mean? Give this guy a job. Maybe that would have kept him in it. I don't know. But all the best to you, my friend. And, you know, I hope we can, you know, somehow fill this giant void that Mr Malorians will undoubtedly leave on the community. So God bless you all for watching, and take care. Bye bye.